Major changes are ahead this year for student loan borrowers and their parents when it comes to how you borrow and repay it. It's all part of legislation passed in 2025, often referred to as the Big Beautiful Bill. News 4's Tanner De Leon talked to experts who say those who owe need to start preparing now.
This is something that all current borrowers and future borrowers need to know about.
Student loan debt accounts for nearly $2 trillion in the U.S. Last year, it was a major focus of the so-called Big Beautiful Bill, supported by President Trump. As a result, borrowing limits are changing in 2026, and so are the ways you pay back those loans.
There are going to be just two repayment plans available. One of them is the standard repayment plan that has a fixed payment every month for the amount you owe, and the other is an income-based repayment plan called the Repayment Assistance Plan, or RAP plan.
Past options are going away, including those for people in a tough spot financially.
Even if you have lost your job, even if you've been long-term unemployed, if you have high medical bills, all of these things that borrowers were able to use to be able to get to a temporary $0 payment, that is going away. The minimum payment that any borrower will have to make is at least $10 per month for those in financial hardship.
For those applying for loans, there will now be a cap as to how much you can borrow.
A maximum of $20,000 per year per child and a lifetime maximum of $65,000 per child. There are some positives with having caps there. It prevents runaway borrowing.
Jennifer Frenetti with Scholarship Owl, which matches students with scholarships, believes graduate students will notice the most changes.
Welcome to the video, everyone. This is Justin Paul. So I'm doing a reaction here to a clip that I was seeing where there's going to be changes to student loans. As you just heard, of course, there's going to be a cap on student loans. But also, you know, people who already have student loans, there's going to be two options to repay. There's going to be, of course, the standard, you know, regular way of paying the loans back, and also like an income based option to where, you know, they were saying you can pay as little as $10 a month to, you know, just start paying back your loans. In my opinion, don't take out any student loans. It's one of the biggest ways to put yourself in major debt. And I mean, it's gonna be some degrees where, you know, you're just not going to be able to help it. Like, if you go into certain schools and trying to get like to become like a doctor or, you know, a lawyer, you know, you may not be able to get around having to take out loans for certain things. But, you know, I would say try to apply for like Pell Grants, and try to apply for scholarships. Definitely try to apply for scholarships. Try to find any type of free money that you can find to help you pay for your education. And you're going to start seeing more people, you know, take the trade route. It's being very popular amongst, you know, a lot of people who are in the know, you know, letting people know, hey, you know, you can take this route, or go into a community college, you know, somewhere where it's not going to be so expensive for you to get an education and to, you know, better yourself and further yourself as you become an adult. But don't take out student loans, man. Just don't do it. Trust me, you know, once you are done with school and you see the amount of debt that you're in, and you know, knowing that you have to, you know, work, or, you know, first you have to obtain the job after you get the degree. You have to obtain the job, and then you have to pay it back. You're gonna be kicking yourself, you know, for even taking out those type of student loans. And, you know, the government is trying to lower, you know, their liabilities when it comes to as many people out here who are either in deferment, or, you know, they're just in default on their student loans. So yeah, my whole point of view is just don't even take them out from the start. Try to find alternate ways to, you know, get your education. And if you do have to go a certain route where it's going to cost you, definitely try to find a way to get scholarships, grants. There's all type of organizations out there. You just have to really do your research and look for them. A lot of times, you know, people just don't even want to put the effort in to look for these type of things. And now that it is a lot of information out there now, it shouldn't be too hard to get on the internet and, look real hard and try to find ways to help you pay for your education.
If you are a graduate student, previously you have been able to take out a Grad Plus loan. However, those loans are going away. And instead, graduate students will still be able to access unsubsidized student loans. If you are applying for a master's degree program or a PhD that is not considered to be a professional degree program, your cap is going to be a maximum of $100,000. If you are pursuing a professional degree program, such as if you're going to go to medical school or law school, you will have a cap of $200,000 maximum lifetime for those programs.
Even though the changes don't go into effect until July, Finetti says now is the time to figure out your new plan, starting with applying for free money available.
Students should always prioritize applying for federal and state grants through the FAFSA. And of course, students should also be prioritizing scholarships.
And if you can, she suggests staying away from loans altogether.
The bottom line is that all students should do their best to avoid taking on student debt. This is advice I've been giving before this bill, and it's advice I'm continuing to give.
In Oklahoma City, Tanner DeLeon, Oklahoma's News 4.
Yeah, stay away from loans. Stay far, far away from them. Again, you'll be kicking yourself, at the aftermath of everything. Um, look for those grants. Look for those free monies that's out there. Scholarships. Apply for as many scholarships as you can. Um, it was, detailing like if you're going for, to become medical school, to become a doctor, if you, going for your master's as far as in criminal justice, then those limits are going to be higher. But that just lets you know how expensive it is, to get those degrees. But, those are professions that we need in America. So, I do want, people to continue to strive to do those professions because we're never going to not need doctors. And, as long as there's criminals and crime going on and, as long as there's laws, you're going to need lawyers. So I'll go ahead and close this one out. Stay away from those student loans, man, the best that you can. If you like my content, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. This is Justin Paul. Peace.